There we go. Hey everyone, hope you guys are all having a fantastic day out there today. A lot of news to talk about here today. I wanted to be able to do a little bit of a longer stream as long as my computer's holding up here. But I wanted to go over some of the news we saw this morning coming out of CNBC and Fox Business about consumer confidence. Then I wanted to dive into what the markets are doing today. Not too much has changed. I actually think this is a good thing here. A little bit of a breather, and we're not falling like we normally do after a nice little pop like we had yesterday. I'll take that over everything that we've been having for the past couple weeks because it's been very, very volatile. And then I actually wanted to talk to you guys about, as we prepare for April 2nd, kind of how I want to structure everything, because April 2nd will be a crazy day. And I'm probably not going to get my new computer for about a month, I guess, from today, minus 4 days, 5 days. So maybe like 3 to 4 weeks, I would say. So I won't be able to go like full on streaming like I normally would. But I do think I'll be able to still get some streaming done here because so far my computer is working out very well. Now, before I get started with everything, happy to see all of you guys here again. Today's stream is sponsored by BYDFi and then, of course, Weeks. So if you guys are looking for an exchange, please check them out. They have some good little promos for you guys if you guys sign up with my link and actually start trading. So thanks, and let's get started, everybody. Hey, Villa. Hey, Hiram. Happy to see both of you guys here. Of course, going a little bit earlier since I'm going to be in Seattle later on tonight, but I wanted to stream with you guys. So to me, that's important because I want to start streaming every day again. This piece of crap computer, it's still getting to me. But here's the big story that came out. Maybe actually for now, let's just go to the full screen here. We can go back in a little bit. Consumer confidence in where the economy is headed hits 12-year low. This was a really big thing. This is just making people freak out even more, and I think what this does is it just means that people are less likely, I would say, to actually... What's the best way to say this? I think it's when people feel like the economy is getting worse, they typically don't want to be spending more money, which makes it almost a self-fulfilling prophecy where people spend less and less and less, and the economy shrinks more and more and more. Now, I don't think this was some type of crazy, devastating type of number because of how it's been kind of floating over the past few years, and I think what everybody's concerned about is what happens with tariffs. And we all know these tariffs could be very bad, but they could be a whole bunch of nothing burger here, so I still kind of want to wait a little bit longer. But to get started, I wanted to pump on over here to YouTube. This is probably the first video that we saw from the today, or that I saw this morning. Let's pop this right here. Basically, it's just the video version of this article. I didn't want to have to go down and read everything to you guys. It's a lot. I'd rather just go, hey, let's just watch the video and see what they have to say. It's 3 minutes long. I'll stop every now and again. But I think it sets up what we're going to be talking about today quite well. All right, so let's hit play. Let's make sure the volume's up all the way here, and there we go.
Getting some breaking economic data. Let's get to Rick Santelli. Hey, Rick.
Hey, Carl, indeed. You're watching yields move lower. I'll give you the culprit here. It's consumer confidence. For March, we're expecting a number around 94, 92.9, weakest since Jan of 21. Present situation, 134.5, weakest since Sep of 24. If you look at expectations, 65.2, weakest since July of 22. Now, here are some positives. We're not going down dramatically in rates because last month, February final on consumer confidence from the Conference Board got upgraded rather nicely. Now, let's quickly look at Richmond Fed manufacturing, -4, weakest since Dec of last year, so basically the weakest since, of the year. And if we look at the service side versus manufacturing, -14, that's the weakest since May of 23. And we had non-manufacturing Philly this morning turn the market at 436 in a 10-year because it was weak. Now, new home sales for the month of February, 676,000 seasonally adjusted annualized units. That's actually the best of the year. It comps to Dec of last.
Okay, so that's basically about it right now. People are freaking out as far as I see in consumer confidence, but you see from the rest of the numbers, everything's still chugging along right now. Now, if you're at the bottom of the economic class system we have here in the United States, you're obviously not doing so great because you're getting squeezed by higher prices and just not having an income that's keeping up with that, right? But I think for the average middle class and upper class citizen, they should still be doing fine. Maybe they're pulling back a little bit if they're in the middle class, but I still think things are overall working out pretty well. And hey, Kilo, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Lika, Loki's somewhere around here. Oh, he's downstairs. My sister's here for the week because of spring break, so he's been chilling with her because she brought the cat, so the cat and the dog have been playing. So they're doing good. I actually had a treat for Loki if he came up here, but he didn't even bother today, so he's like, I'm chilling, I'm having a good time. Plus, pretty soon, he'll be outside most of the time once it gets sunny here. Today is like the first sunny day I've seen him. Like, it's not even sunny, it's like the sun is peeking through the clouds. First sunny day, I think, in about like over a month. It's been pretty freaking sad over here. But today I'm going up to Seattle, so I wanted to stream with you guys a little bit earlier. But I have a couple cleaning ladies coming in about an hour or so. So my sister's going to let them in, let them do their thing, and it'll be freaking nice. That way I get to stream with you guys. Depending on how long the stream actually goes, I'm trying to build back up the audience because I haven't been able to stream because of my computer, and it's messed up my views and stuff like that. So wish me luck on that front. That's going to be freaking hard. But I think what this does is allows me to kind of test out different content and stuff like that while I get back to streaming every day. Although it may be kind of around weird times like you're seeing today. All right. Springtime, it's going to be great. Here, let me show you something very fast. New incognito window. Weather, Tacoma, Washington. 56 degrees. It's supposed to get up to 67. That's kind of around 5. That's when I'm going up to Seattle. Wednesday, thunderstorms, I guess, is what my phone said, but it says light rain. Thursday, rain. Friday, rain. Saturday, maybe a little bit of sun, maybe a little sun, and it goes right back to rain and rain. It really is sad. It really is sad. Oh, sorry, I'm on the YouTube one. Yeah, it really is sad how much rain there is right now. It's absolutely insane. I am hoping we get a little bit better, weather out here. Excuse me. Excuse me, guys. I made some coffee and it's giving me a little bit of indigestion. I gotta drink some more water here. All right, there we go. So, just a little bit of a brief overview of the markets right now. The Dow Jones down just a tad bit here today. Here's the 5-minute chart with market open, so you guys can see what it really looks like. It's not that bad. I clicked on it and it's not popping up, which is interesting. Maybe on the NASDAQ? I wonder if they had an update and it's having an issue. Maybe a 15-minute chart. Yeah, maybe the market session one is broken for now. Interesting. All right, we don't need it. You guys can clearly see, the NASDAQ is up a little bit from yesterday. SPY still moving on. Okay, I think the SPY is kind of tilting a little bit. You can see we had an upwards trend and we're slowly breaking down below that right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if we have to consolidate a little bit going on this week. When we were looking at some of the economic data here, that's just ChatGPT economic calendar this week. I didn't really see too much, I don't think, this week, right? So we got Fed governor speaking, New York Fed president. Yeah, nothing for today, last time I checked. Durable good orders, not really the most important thing. Jobless came Thursday, that's fine. Nothing too crazy. GDP second revision, that could be interesting, but I think the first revision is usually more important here. Oh, we got the PCE coming out on Friday. That could be interesting. Maybe look at PCE. Consumer sentiment final. Okay. Some factory stuff. Jobless claims Friday. Okay, April 4th. Nothing too much. Hourly wages, actually, I would say is pretty important. So maybe next Friday. But again, that's all after the 2nd, right? What I love about what's coming up here is we're finally going to have some... What would you want to say? We're going to have a decision. Right, the market's going to have to decide that we're going to go up despite seeing these reciprocal tariffs, or we're going to crash and burn for a little bit because we're just that afraid of what the tariffs are going to do. I think a lot of these tariff moves have been priced in. The market's rebounding quite nicely because of it. If you go over here to the SPY, rebounding quite nicely. I know it doesn't look like it, but like from the bottom, the SPY is already up around 4.5%. That's something that we like to see here. Coming back up to this level of resistance from there, and it's just getting rejected. Hopefully the consolidation can continue, that we break out above that and look for something greater. But it looks like we're going to be kind of flip-floppy for a while, right? But I think if we manage to hold, that hold is justification for a bottom. And so far, you kind of have had a sense that this was a little bit of a bottom here, waiting to see what happens next. But, zoom out a little bit. Bitcoin hasn't done anything so far over the last few weeks. It hasn't done over here. It hasn't done over here with these larger drops, over here. It hasn't done anything too crazy. So that's why I'm still holding on. I do think that the most concerning part of this market for most of you guys is still just going to be remaining with the altcoins. I think altcoins are just bleeding out slowly. We don't really have much news to say, hey, there's a squirrel right there. The Loki's not here to admire it. How should I say this? We still are in a downtrend right now. We're hoping to have a breakout, but I don't know if I can justify a breakout right now unless we have some really good news coming out, right? And plus, we still have those weekly MACDs pulling us back down, stochastic pulling us back down, the RSI pulling us back down. It's not really looking that good here from a weekly chart perspective. That's why when I was talking to you guys about this last week, I said that I think Bitcoin is going to go up. Right, I bought some Bitcoin because my price target is around $90,000, and then a couple months later, my price target is closer to like $100,000. However, because we're starting a downtrend, 90,000 was supposed to be kind of up here on this trend line. I might have to just move that to 89,000, maybe even just have a stop loss around 86,000 and kind of call it even. Because what personally I'm kind of scared about right now, or worried about, concerned about, whatever you want to say, is that we are coming up against this yellow line, which is the reciprocal tariff deadline. But really, it's just this trend line we talked about before, right? Can Bitcoin continue to go higher? I don't think so, and I believe when Bitcoin does break down off of these, it can be very violent. So I don't want to have to deal with that. So I'm going to have a stop loss probably around $86,000 here. And this is for the short term one, not the longer term one. So I'm going to have a little stop loss there just so I can lock in some profit. The profit is not going to be massive, but you know what? It's going to be freaking profit, and I'll take that profit. And if you guys were able to hop into some altcoins during this time, I think you guys probably did okay as well. But I don't want to have to worry about that. So right now, I think I'm actually going to change my plans with you guys and say, hey, it may still get up to $90,000. We'll have to see the date tomorrow, the day after. But I am going to be adding a stop loss probably around 85,500 to 86,000 and kind of see where we go, just to make sure that if we do have another breakdown here, it's not going to be as crazy. Right now, I'm kind of happy that the MACD is still bullish, stochastic is still bullish, and the RSI is still bullish on that daily chart specifically. But maybe if I start to see some warning signs here on the 4-hour chart as far as, hey, we have a smaller trend line right here, right? We start breaking down from that. I start to be a little bit more worried. But for now, I'm okay with where things are. I just want to give it a little bit more time to cook to see. Because I really hope we can break out. We're just going to need some type of news. And I think we can get it. I think we can get it. But at this point, you can see there's still going to be a death cross here. And I still expect a lot of volatility from that. But hopefully, we're going to get squeezed here pretty soon between the 50 and the 200 and the 20. It's going to break one way or the other. Again, like I told you guys before, we typically don't get squeezed in here like this where there's so much going on. But you can see how there's usually some big moves around the moving averages, which means I'm hoping that we're going to have a big move on the positive side. But when that big move happens and we hit my price target, I'm out. I'm not holding on for, a couple extra weeks. Like, oh, maybe I'll get an extra 2-3%. I got a separate position for that. But for the short-term one here, I got a little bit more money invested. I'm going to chill. I'm going to chill for now, right? And hey, Lou, Boeing popping. Yeah, they got that big contract from the government. Remember, Boeing is too big to fail. They need that money from the government to keep going. I'm sure Elon Musk wanted that money badly for his space, his projects, But I think it's practical to give it to Boeing. Boeing needs a lifeline, and the government is providing it one right now because, again, Boeing makes a lot of our military aircraft. Let's just say that, right? Pacific Northwest rain goes with the territory. I know. I'm not saying it's a terrible thing. I'm kind of used to it, but it feels like it's just been that much more rainy than normal. It feels like it's been worse than normal, if that makes sense. Or maybe because I've been just like freaking stressed and depressed about this freaking computer. Maybe like I've just had this like malaise over everything. But I mean, I got cherry blossoms in my backyard, and they look freaking lovely today with the sunshine. I know you guys can't see it, but I got like woodlands behind my house, so I'm just looking at trees, squirrels. Every now and again, I get to see a cool owl or something like that. Pretty nice. But again, it's also just pouring down rain most of the time here in the winter time. But once summer hits, oh, it's sunny every single day. I get to hose Loki down with the water. It's a good time. Let's go back over here. So I just wanted to see what's happening with the rest of the market here. Ethereum's having a little bit of a bigger move. Ethereum's actually down 1% today when Bitcoin is doing okay, I would say. Solana's up a little bit today. Look, see, Solana's having a clear breakout. The only problem with this is right now, it's still a bearish MACD. So this is not a breakout that takes you all the way sky high, but this is a breakout where possibly you guys can be looking at something of a nice little pop, maybe back up here towards 170, maybe at the highest 190 to 200. But you can see that making a move. Ethereum is not having these really good moves. Oh, and actually you can see this daily chart here for Solana. It's actually hitting around here around 157. That's kind of where the 50-day moving average is. That's probably where I'd be assuming what we're doing right now. And hey, Luxguy, happy December, man. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. We're just talking about the overall market right now. I'm trying to get back on some of these longer streams here until my cleaning ladies come, but I don't know when they're coming. So, oh, and I also have to give one of them $50, which is in my wallet, which is somewhere. I don't know where my wallet is. I'll figure that out in a little bit. And hey, Thermotop, your fellow coiners mentor is recommending swapping your lower coins for blue chips. Do you agree with this? I think it depends on your own strategy and how you want to play it. For me, for the last few months, I've already been saying that like the safest things to get into is like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, and Dogecoin. Those are kind of some of the basic plays. They're going to be volatile, but they're safe place to go. I'm not really giving up on altcoins because for a couple reasons. First of all, I think for the average person out there, I think they've already seen massive losses. I don't think it's reasonable to like sell on those massive losses unless you just need that money for rent or something. If you're okay with waiting, I'm just gonna kind of leave that money alone, and then if I lose it, I'll put it on taxes and stuff at the end of the year. If it's giving you butterfly feelings in your stomach as you kind of see it every day, all that money you're losing in the altcoins, yeah, you can sell it, you can put it into Bitcoin and whatnot, and you can wait. Personally, I'm just like, I like dollar cost averaging into those big top 5 right now. I do a little bit with some specific altcoins as I see fit, but I'm much more of, if you are going to sell a lot of tokens, I kind of feel like I want to be holding the cash or the stable coins and not really reinvesting into the blue chips. I kind of just want to have more powder in case I see something down the line I want to invest in, because what usually works out for Bitcoin and most coins here actually is, if I pull this out here, so this is a weekly chart with Bitcoin. Here's a basic MACD. You'll see that we have these cycles where Bitcoin from the bullish you see where we have these cycles where on the weekly chart we have Bitcoin having these nice little moves when the MACD starts to get green after a big red time, right? So you see it right here. Okay, so this is Monday, October 24th. Monday, October 14th. This one was October 2023, 23rd. Is that October? Damn, October. Maybe we gotta wait to freaking October. This one was March. No, this one was June. This one didn't really go anywhere because of the resistance. And then we saw one way back over here, which was August. And still, I guess the only ones we really care about here are this one, and maybe that one, because the weekly MACD, the monthly MACD has to be important too. So let me see this right here. Can I drag that up? I can't. Okay. So once the monthly went good, we want to focus. So this one. All right. So about 2 out of 3 times, I think that's fair, right? At this point in time, you have these really nice rallies afterwards. But what I wanted to focus on is this last one right here, October 14th. Okay, October 14th. Remember that one. So let's just choose a random coin out there that didn't have much news about it. Maybe AVEX. I'm going blind right now just because I can make a point. October 14th. October 14th. All right. You can have a signal to kind of go in and start buying some altcoins. Will it be the bottom? No, but usually it'll be like, oh yeah, I can start investing and then I can have more confidence. I think more traders just need to have that confidence level and not kind of buying over here. I can do this because my average will go down. I'm anticipating a larger move, but these moves haven't been necessarily life-changing every time we have a massive little run here. So I think it's maybe better just to kind of like do this type of mentality where you're like, hey, I know I'm not getting the bottom, but I know I'm going to buy before a larger move. I'll trust the process. I'll sell up here. I hope it goes higher, but maybe I should scale out a little bit right here at 33, a little bit right there at 42, a little bit up here on 66. Uh-oh, it didn't hit 66. Well, maybe I have to have a stop loss right over here. And still, even if you buy right here, right, you can still walk with like 28%, 25%. Some of the scale out is going to happen at 100%, but at least you're walking with some money. Again, EOS, October 14th was right here. Nice move. Ethereum Classic, October 14th, right? And then the previous one was October 23rd of 2023. So let's go over here to just trying to figure out more random ones. Sand's been kind of iffy, right? Oh, let's get rid of this. That's not what I wanted to do. Drawing. There we go. October 2023. There you go. See, you can buy right here. You're usually going to be doing better off. I kind of like that style better for the newer investor. I dollar cost average because typically, I'm hoping for a larger kind of rally to happen. But I myself have been burned by that, right? So I think for the mentality sake of the average investor, you probably just want to wait a little bit. Or if you're comfortable dollar cost averaging, you can. But again, during that time, this is sand. You can see how sandwich is going down, down, down. And then it kicked off on October 30th or October 23rd. Right? You see how Bitcoin was doing just fine during that time, having nice rallies and whatnot. Maybe that's what he's talking about. He wants to be part of that. For me, I kind of just want to have more cash and then I'll kind of buy with more confidence because I'm typically a swing trader. He might be looking at maybe a cycle-wide portfolio. I haven't really been touching much of my cycle portfolio stuff besides selling off assets last year. Jesus, sorry, I got some artillery from the military base by me going off. It scared me for a second. But yeah, so I'm much more of like, I prefer to hold it in cash right now. I don't think I need to reinvest it. You can reinvest it if you want to. I just don't feel like it's worth it at this point. I mean, I already have enough of these assets. If you don't have any Bitcoin, anything, maybe it makes more sense to do something like that. I'm much more passive about it. I'm like, I'm waiting for Bitcoin to give me that clear sign, which is why when we just talked about Solana here, Solana is breaking out right now, right? We got a bullish change of character, bullish MACD, bullish stochastic, bullish RSI. That weekly chart's still bearish here, so I'm like, I know this isn't going sky high. At least I assume so, using that right now it's not going sky high. But I'm not above saying it can't go back up to what, 170 to $200. It can definitely do that if we just continue on with this momentum. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned right now, I don't really want to be buying up a ton of blue chips. I kind of just want to be getting my profits, doing some day trading, some swing trading, and kind of seeing what happens next. Ooh, excuse me. Hopefully that answered your question, Thermotop. Man, I think I'm talking too much because I'm starting to burp here a little bit more. And hey, Mr. Chinga, happy to see my man Northeast Philadelphia in the house. I haven't been to Philly in a few months. I got to go back. Villa, yep, it's Washington. Yeah, I mean, Villa, you probably live in a rainier spot than me in Washington. And hey, man, happy to see you. What do you think about Pi Network? Have a couple thousand from mining it years ago. To be frank, I really haven't done my research on it yet. I heard you can kind of transfer it to different exchanges and things like that now. You should be able to take out part of it. I don't mine it anymore. I was very disappointed on the roll and how long it took, so I just don't care about it as much. I have about 12,000 Pi, and what I'll probably do is eventually, one day when everything is very easy, all my coins are unlocked, I will just move everything over to an exchange, sell it, and see how much I get for it. But at this point in time, I'm just like, You know, it's a token. I'm more concerned about selling the tokens I have, not about buying more tokens. And I wonder if people are having that same issue where they're just not wanting to buy tokens. Everybody is just trying to sell what they've already been able to mine over the past, like, not 1 or 2 years. I think it's been like 5 years of mining, you know, people have done. So I did it for like a year, maybe not even a year, like maybe 5 months. But I only got more tokens because you guys wanted my affiliate code back in the day, and I was like, oh, I'll make one so you guys have an affiliate code so you can support the channel. But you know, that's the only way I actually think I got like to 12,000 tokens, 12,000 pi, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, a little bit different. What about Wcoin? And hey, Elvis, happy to see you. Is all okay with you, my man? Personally, like today, I'm actually kind of fine. I have to say, this computer has been stressing me out beyond, like, just crazily stressing me out. That being said, I have done all the ordering of a new computer. That is all coming to fruition. It's going to have like 96 gigabytes of RAM, which is overkill. It's going to have a 5080 inside of it. It's going to have an AMD 9950XD thingamajigger, AMD Ryzen 9, whatever it is. Really nice stuff. It's going to be great. I have to wait a few weeks for it to come. So far, the computer, as you guys can see streaming with me, is holding up. I've had to tilt the computer sideways because I believe the connection between the GPU and the motherboard is kind of having some issues. So by holding it at this level, usually it's a little bit better. There's only a couple issues in which it kind of messes up, and that's just basically if I put the computer to sleep at night and then I turn it on in the morning, somehow it glitches out and messes up. And then some other stuff that I forgot. Sometimes it freezes, like the whole computer just freezes when I'm gaming, but that's okay. I'm not gaming that much anymore, so we're good. But this computer, nightmare. But I'm not taking any anxiety pills or like mental pills, but taking my daily vitamins, going on walks outside, getting some fresh air. Now that I can because my ankle is getting better, I do think that's helping out my mental health. I got pills right here that I gotta take. There's 2 vitamins, electrolyte pill, a D3 pill, and a krill oil pill. I haven't taken them yet because I just got lazy. I have supposed to take them. I got this big old jug of water I'm supposed to take them, but I was like, oh, I got to stream. I want to stream with you guys, and I can't be popping pills during the stream, even if it's krill oil pills. And hey, Saul, thanks. I'm doing okay after everything you said, right? It is Virtual Bacon. He is live right now as well. I mean, again, me and Virtual Bacon, we're probably going to have different philosophies and how this all works out, right? And how we hold on to our assets. He probably has a whole different plan of how he started this cycle than I do. And that's how our viewpoints are going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to be reinvesting as much right now until I have more certainty. I'm just doing my own dollar cost averaging. I just rather have more money kind of set up. Like I already have my DCA strategy to buy a little bit of Bitcoin here and there, some Ethereum here and there. But it's been usually around these big old nasty dips we've been seeing. I haven't really felt inclined to add a little bit more to dollar cost averages anytime now. I mean, you go through these, this is just a 4-hour chart, but you go over here, like, you know, let's zoom out a little bit. Bitcoin had some nice prices back over here, 78,000, 77,000. Ooh. Ethereum came all the way down here to like 1,700. You know, I've been buying this dip all the way over here. You know, just a little bit, not a lot. You don't have to do a lot right now because again, the weekly MACDs are good. But he looks at different data, I think, than I do. So I don't know what his theory is. Actually, what is his theory? What is Virtual Bacon's theory right now? I would assume he believes, probably correctly, that it's going to take some time for the Fed to lower interest rates and stuff like that. But, you know, I'm just trying to find a nice little bottom here at this moment in time. Just waiting for April 2nd, Saul. I mean, that's not a bad idea at this point. April 2nd is going to make things just more and more wild. But again, it's happening in, you guys can't see this, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. 8 days until we have some crazy tariffs lobbing on here. But, you know, I just... Here, I don't think we've seen much news about tariffs here. Consumer confidence is where the economy is headed and hits 12-year low. Oil companies prepare for a showdown with President Trump's drill baby drill. Quantum. Russia, Ukraine agree to truce at sea and ban on energy attacks. 23andMe bankruptcy. Chinese EV giant BYD outpaces Tesla with annual sales of more than 100 billion. Of course it does. Those BYD cars, I see them all over Twitter or TikTok. Oh god, they look so good. Here's how much eggs cost every year since 1980 in one chart. Oh, let's see. Retirement portfolios. Trump-backed crypto bank joins stablecoin wars with new dollar-pegged token. SEC will keep $50 Ripple fine and refund the rest to Rap case. Jeez, this is so petty. Yeah, I mean, yeah, not much going on. International Paper Company is making some good gains here today, same with Trade Desk and Freeport. But I mean, there's no, oh my God, Trump has said he's going to put 5,000% tariffs on something. And I think that's good news. I think people realize that, like, he realized, or his team realized that, hey, every time we do that, some crazy shit goes down, right? So probably smart to not go do that, right? Let me see this over here very fast. Looking at plane tickets out of here at the end of the month. Yeah, there you go. And hey, Blue Collar Boy, got to get that music going again on Doge Road to a dollar stream. Dude, I wish there's the software that I run, it's just that bad and I don't know how to fix it. It's called Pretzel. And so the issue is, and maybe I just need to not spend money on this. It's called Pretzel Rocks. It's music streaming. I pay for this. Okay, I pay for it. I sign in with Google. It does its little thing. I can go to View Player, and I actually have it downloaded as well. The issue is when I play this, right? Let's say I find a song and I just hit play. Okay, let's just do that very fast, like a lo-fi. So it plays the entire song. It doesn't go to the next song. It's like there's some type of glitch where it's just not continuing on, and I can't fix it, and I don't know how to. What I think I have to do is spend a few minutes like updating everything on the stream and whatnot, and seeing if that works. But I've already been having issues with that stream. You guys know I don't touch that stream at all as far as the 24-hour stream. Something happened where now they assume I'm a professional trader that works at a firm. So I had to sign a whole bunch of paperwork and stuff because of that, like online, like, you know, digital paperwork. And I was like, there's no option to say I am not a professional investor. And I'm just like, what the fuck are you guys talking about here? So I don't know if it's because I have a YouTube channel. Maybe I was like on the platform too much. But TradingView thinks I'm just like, not my main TradingView account that you guys are seeing, a whole separate TradingView account, which is just absolutely different, right? So I don't know. It's been freaking chaotic with TradingView and freaking Pretzel Rocks, but I like it. The music selection is good, and when I do it here with you guys, it continues to play. Just on that streaming platform, I guess it just glitches out a little bit, and I don't really know why. I think maybe I have to like update my Google account, and maybe that'll make a difference here. I'll have to see. But the last time I did it, it really didn't do anything different, if that makes sense. But what I'll do is tomorrow, I guess, or even late tonight, when most of you guys are sleeping, to kind of view numbers down a little bit, I'll hop in there and I'll see if I can change it back up. But yes, I totally get what you're saying. I totally get it. Other thing is, you're going to hear a lot of people complaining about the music once the music is back up. Just say, who cares? I think I need to put like EDM music or something like a little bit more beat to it. But I totally get what you're saying, man. I've tried to fix it and it's just like every single time. Mike, you got to remember that meme where I should have sold and the friend looked scared in the car. That's how I should feel. I should have sold, bro. Hey, I should have sold. See, I sold a lot last year, right? As far as like, you know, those AI tokens and stuff like that, trading the waves. But when it comes to Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana, I think I should have sold more. I told you guys I was starting to sell. I think it was like around $80,000, right? And then I sold a little bit more like at 85, a little bit more at 90, a little bit more at 100. No, not even 100. It was like 98,000. And then I didn't sell anything above that. I should have. And now I'm still profitable because I bought all of that stuff kind of around $20,000 to $17,000. But I think I should have sold more because now I didn't really foresee how crazy these tariffs were going to become. And I think that's kind of like, drive everybody just a little bit more crazy here overall. So yeah, I can totally see like needing to sell more, right? Loki, stop. Loki's over here whining about something. You guys can say hi to Loki. Loki, would you want a treat? Oh, hold on. Sorry. I know. I'm sorry. My chair's locked, so I can't lean back. There we go. Why are you so excited? So excited. Oh, just running off. Okay. There we go. All right. So let's pour this back over here very fast. That's good for you? Yeah, I'm hoping it's good for me with everything else going on. How long until Tesla bankrupt? Less than 2 years, less than 1? No, I don't think Tesla's going to go Loki, Beth. He's looking for something. I just don't know what. Probably a ball or something. But if he touches the wrong wire, this computer goes black and you guys lose me for a while. I don't think Tesla goes bankrupt. I think they're just going to be fine. They can always find more investments, I believe. I think where Tesla's going to have some issues is, again, if BYD were to kind of enter the marketplace, I think that caused a lot of problems for them. But I think what Tesla is working on right now is to diversify themselves just from the car sector and to try to build other products. So if I was to go over here, Tesla. God, we haven't checked out Tesla's website in a while. Vehicles. Jeez, look at all this stuff they have. Let me actually show you guys this. Model S, Model 3, Model Y, new Model Y, Cybertruck, Model X. I don't know the difference. I think the Model S is probably the nicest of the cars, perhaps. Cybertruck. $7,500 federal tax credit at purchase. Oh my fucking god. And it's driving a freaking rocket. Oh my god. Yeah, I've been inside of a couple of these. I think they're pretty nice. I don't like the outside of them, obviously, but the inside is pretty comfortable. You're not taking this to work. You're not doing this stuff with it. You're driving around downtown cities to look cool. You're not doing work with it. I have not seen people do work with this, right? I just have not. But perhaps you will. Right? So far they're doing okay with this type of stuff. 1.99% APR ending March 31st. That's crazy low. Energy, solar panel, solar roof, power wall, mega pack. They have different types of charging, discover, demo drive, all that type of stuff. They really don't have what I would call like their maybe Wii Robot, maybe? Is that what it is? What is this? Wii Robot. Yeah, this stuff. They don't really highlight this type of stuff as much, but that's because there was like humans controlling everything, which made it not as cool, if you ask me. Like all this stuff, like they're slowly moving away from it. But who I think is doing a pretty good job? This is why do I keep opening up the music? Let's get at this. There you go. BYD. No, okay. Let me go over here. No, there it is. BYD. Sorry. I was actually looking up if BYD had a strategy to get inside the United States, and I found something interesting as I was doing some of this research with ChatGPT. But here's BYD's cars, right? You got the model BYD Han. I mean, that's pretty much it they have right now on their main page. It's a good car. It's a great car. They got different versions of it, I believe, but it's a really good car. Now, I don't know how to get to. Is this right here? No, is it? How do I just clicked BYD brochure and it took me to this and I can't get out of it now. Oh, there you go. Okay. BYD China website. There we go. Okay. I don't think it's in English. It won't let me get over there. Well, we got BYD Global, electronics, batteries, rail transit, commercial vehicles, and forklift. This is as good as it's going to be for now. What I want to show you. Commercial vehicles is where it's happening right now. So this is where I think they can get in here. This will be post Elon Trump bromance. This will be post Trump probably presidency. Okay, this will be a while away. So just think about that now. So Tesla probably has like a 5-year like window to like really get their act together right now. This website probably doesn't get clicked on much, to be honest. But you can see they have a bunch of vehicles over here. There's an airport. I swear this isn't my computer. This is like, it loaded up this fine. This is just, this website is not good. Choose region language. Let's go to English, USA. Okay, well, yeah, here we go. BYD buses. So they're actually already building buses in California. So when I went over to ChatGPT and I was looking at this, let's see. Yeah, BYD first established its name in the U.S. by selling electronic buses to municipalities and operating a factory in California. This approach has helped the company understand U.S. regulations and safety standards, refine its supply chain, and build local relationships. In the near term, BYD might continue pursuing fleet partnerships, delivery vans, ride-hailing, and rental car fleets. Right? So I think they're going to keep on working with this stuff for now, but all they have to do is kind of like expand a warehouse, build another one, and they should be able to build their cars here. Now, will they be more expensive than what we see in China? I'm sure. But what makes them so special is they kind of have a monopoly, not on the product, but on the supply chain to build the product. They own the whole supply chain process, so everything is just much easier to facilitate. It's, even if they have to ship all that stuff from China over here to be built, kind of like final stages, you know, I think there'd be a president that says, hey, we're getting a new factory here, we get cheaper cars. I think they'd be okay with it. Now, they'd probably have to do union jobs and stuff like that, but I don't know. Actually, let's just ask ChatGPT that. For the factory in California. California. I can't spell either one of those, or I guess I just need to capitalize it. Factory in California. Are the workers in a union or no? Because they're allowed to build buses and stuff, which is interesting, you know what I mean? Yeah, their California plant is not unionized, so maybe they can get away with it. Let's see. I just want to see what this actually looks like here. BYD produces 400th bus in Lancaster. Wow. Okay. Let me actually do this. That way it doesn't freak out on me when I go to maps. Not Recession. Didn't I just click on that? There we go. BYD factory. I want to see how big this sucker is. Oh yeah, this is a pretty decent sized factory. I wouldn't say it's massive, of course. Geez, in the freaking desert. Oh, it's on the other side of the mountain, so it's like Eastern Washington for us over here. Interesting. I wonder how far away that is to drive. And then got solar panels on top of it. I mean, that's what you call making some money right there. Let's see what it looks like. Maybe over here? Yeah, this has to be it. Yeah. Surprised it looks all officey, you know? Build your dreams, coach and bus. Yeah. I mean, looks like they're employing quite a few people here. That's a lot of workers. Driving a Tesla to a BYD. That's wild. But yeah, it seems like they got their act together over here, so I wouldn't be surprised if they feel like expanding. I think they're probably just waiting for U.S.-Chinese relations to kind of simmer down a little bit. And can you blame them for that? I don't think you can. It's pretty testy right now. It's pretty testy out there in the world. Tesla not going anywhere. X and X are both nice and same price. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people driving the S around here. I personally like some of the little perks I see in Tesla cars when my friends tell me about them. Like I was hanging out with a friend. We were both leaving the Columbia Tower up in Seattle, and we parked next to each other. And I walked towards his car, and the car had this like flash where it kind of flashed me, which was crazy. And like it's a little bit of a warning that I was being watched, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "If I was a criminal, I would second guess that." But he said he had to pay for it, like pay extra for it. I was like, "Damn, dude! Like just put it as the basic model." But he seemed to like the car a lot. I have a friend who has the Cybertruck. He seems to like it a lot. So you know, it just depends. It just depends on what type of cars you like. I myself am driving the same car I've driven for years. I haven't needed anything new. If I buy a new car, it's probably going to be a Mercedes or something like that. But again, I plan on probably moving out of here. Not sure where. I'm getting more. I don't know where I want to move to anymore. I feel like Thailand's also like my still number one spot. But a couple of my friends just moved to Colombia, and they're sending me all these pictures, and it's like maybe I should go check out Colombia too to see which one I like better. But yeah. Tesla also has Starlink. Tesla's more than cars. They do software. They have a lot of software, which I think is what people like about them. Tesla doesn't have Starlink. That's part of the SpaceX separate company. It's all in his umbrella, but yeah, they are going to be separate companies there. I think when it comes to Starlink, though, how much does Starlink cost these days? Residential starting at $80 a month. Roam starting at $50 a month. I mean, they both seem nice. I mean, I pay like $100 a month for my internet. I overpay for sure because I only have one provider. There's like a monopoly in my area. So yay, monopolies. They got Starlink Mini. Get it online in minutes. Plug it in. Point it at the sky. No contracts. Engineered by SpaceX. Let's see. Residential. Residential is really 120. They almost got me. For business. My thing is like, what are the upload and download speeds? That's what I'm trying to figure out. For Starlink. Like I have 40 upload speed and like 120, no, 1,000, a little over 1,000 downloads, 1,200 download speed. That's what it is. Upload speed is only 10 to 25. So what I'm streaming with you guys now is not. This isn't enough for me to stream to you guys. If I was streaming 1080, I think it would work. But download speed is only 50 to 200. That's not good enough for me right now. I hope it gets better, right? Like, see, I gotta stretch this out so I can actually see all the data on the bottom of the screen. Oh, it's not even telling me right now. Oh, there it is. 0 dropped frames. 25. So yeah, it's a little bit over 25 right now is what I'm streaming with you guys at. A little over 26, 27 at this point in time. But I'm not doing a whole bunch at this point in time. I'm just, showing you guys some data and stuff. But I mean, there's going to be a big battle between them. But I think BYD is winning in China, which is the big, money maker for everybody right now. Like, let me see. I'm just going to go over here to images. Let's see. Maybe this is probably one. Does it clear up? I can't tell. Open image. No. Those are for calls. What do you call those things? Oh, geez, no, that image is so tiny. Never mind. You guys can see a bunch of buses and stuff in here. You know, all that type of stuff. All right, let me pop this back a little bit here. And hey, Mo, happy to see my man tune in from Trading Floor with Big Bank. There you go. Yeah, I'm definitely not a normal at this time slot here, but I wanted to chat with you guys for a little bit before I have to go up to Seattle later on today. It's like a sunny day too, which is wild, so I'm going to enjoy the sunny day to the fullest. I went to the new Intuit Dome Arena in LA, $70 to park in the structure, and they had the charging stations. I wonder what the charging cost pricey. Oh, I bet it's expensive. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. $70 to park. Like later on today, I'm going up to the Columbia Tower Club. And that's like downtown Seattle, like in the garage. And I think that's for the whole day. I think I'm paying like $35 or something for that. Which is much cheaper than that. But I'm also not going to, you know, the arena on a game night. There's a different vibe. Like when you look at Seattle here, let's see. Seattle. Not computers. See, he knows I've been looking up all this computer stuff lately. Open up maps. No layers. Yeah, there you go. So the stadiums are right here. Where I smoke is over here-ish, over there. So normally I park over here, Uber, or I park over here, right here, and I Uber over here if I want to go to a game. But I haven't been to a game in so long. The tickets are just so expensive. If you guys go over here to see Seattle Seahawks, I'm not even spelling this correctly because I can't see my keyboard. Let's see. Oh, the tickets aren't even on sale yet. Never mind. Single game tickets, field seats, EQC Tunnel Cub, season tickets, suites, group tickets. The ticket prices should go down over time, I hope, because the Seahawks have been trashed and they will be trashed the next few years. But like up here, there's a here, Columbia Tower Club. There it is. There's a club up here which I do some networking for, which is nice. I actually know where this picture was taken. Haha. But you can also look into the stadium from it, which is really cool. Both stadiums. Also, it looks like the T-Mobile is covered up. Yeah, beautiful views, absolutely lovely. They even have binoculars there for you, which I think is pretty cool. Now I don't cheer like this while eating some nice fancy food. I normally like to get myself a nice little salad. Well, that salad doesn't look too bad. I'm trying to stop drinking as much though right now. I only drink about when I go out, maybe like a shot. Ooh, scallops. Oh, damn. That looks nice. Oh, cocktails. Oh, looks so good. Yeah, that looks like it'll be a fun time right there. I need to start going to some of these events. I know I got a meeting up there Wednesday. It's Tuesday. Tomorrow I got a meeting there tomorrow at 5:30. 5:30. And hey, Mo, I appreciate it. Yeah, if you guys can like the video, I'm just getting back into the streaming thing full time because not full time, but like dedicated daily streams because this computer's been such a bitch for a while. I fucking hate this. Yeah, it's been fucking horrible. Just freaking horrible. Freaking horrible. Yeah, it's been so bad. That being said, it's been fine. I haven't been on my computer much at all except for the stream with you guys. Like most of the time my technical analysis is brief on here. Maybe I do it on my phone or something like that. I need to get myself a laptop, but this computer, cost an arm and a leg for that one. Like even I was trying to go on Discord the other day and my computer monitors went black and I was like, what the heck happened? So I'm just happy I figured out a system for us to stream and talk for a little bit without it going all crazy, right? There we go. All right. Let me go back over here very fast. I want to see. Get a Chat GPT. What's the other one? Top Chinese EV brands, China. Yeah, no. It was a luxury one, if I remember. No, none of these fit the bill. Best Chinese electric cars 2025. MG4 EV. BYD Seal. BYD Dolphin. MG Cypster. That one actually doesn't look too bad. I like that look. Out of 3, I think this could be big in America. What's next catalyst needed for Bitcoin to pass 100K? I would say the tariffs have to be figured out. And then on top of that, probably a ceasefire in Ukraine and Russia, like a permanent one. I think that'd be enough to get everything going. Right now, although the economy is slowing down, things are still looking okay for the average person out there. Not great, not good, just okay, or even fair or the poor, right? But I would probably say okay. And then once we have all other stuff, we need to see Jerome Powell start to cut rates again. Cutting rates launches a monster when it comes to the markets, like a monster. Like just saying, hey, we're not going to be raising rates anymore, or we're not going to be pausing much longer, that changes the view of the market immediately, because then they start forecasting what's going to happen in the future, and that's when, oh, it's going to be higher, we got to buy right now. And that's when you just go on those really nice swing trades that really make you some good money. We haven't had one of those for a minute here, as you guys can tell. And again, remember, this is when Jerome Powell said we were not going to be cutting rates anymore. We haven't really recovered since then. We had a double top, but we just never managed to recover. And it's a shame, right? Because you saw the bullish technicals still were trying to get us to go up, but we didn't have those rate cuts to juice up the market. We just didn't have them. And back in September, when he did the double rate cut, right? That was when we officially, we just saw bottom, higher, low, and we took off from there. And then, of course, the election came along and we went higher after that. But that really saved us from kind of teetering off, because you saw how long this would, like, this is a teetering off type of moment where we go, whoop. Rate cuts happened because, again, things were getting a little bit better, and we saw some light coming out of the tunnel. Right now, we're teetering slowly, not as bad, but we're teetering. We have the bearish MACD, obviously on the weekly charts, everything's bearish there. Daily charts are giving us some life, but to me, all this symbolizes getting a higher low in the process and then trying to work our way up higher down the road. Nothing really happening in the short term here, unless we have some big blockbuster news, which, again, we could get it, but I just don't know if we are going to get it, right? It's hard to, like, assume when news is going to happen. Very, very difficult. Oh, these cars are all weird to me. Oh my God, look at this. Look at that. Oh, except all sure. Look at that little thing. Look at that little thing. Oh my God. Ah. Oh my God, this actually would be such a fun little car for like $8,000. Let me show you guys this. $1,000. I mean 8,000 euros, but I mean like 28 miles top speed. This would be a fun little zip car for the neighborhood. Oh my God, that'd be great. Oh, I might be too tall for it. I'm looking at this woman like just struggling to get out. Yeah, I might be too large for this thing. I still like these little things. This is like the city folks version of an ATV. That's basically what it is. Yeah, interesting. Oh yeah, for like European roads. Oh my God, that must be a lifesaver. That is crazy. That is absolutely insane. Oh, we got military helicopters going over us right now. Next rate cut is too far out. Oh, dude, trust me, I know. But it may come earlier. It may come in May. Maybe May. And that's because of CPI, inflation, trading economics. So we'll have to see what the rest of the market says. But you know we had that 2.8% inflation number that came in for February. The forecast for trading economics, which has been correct usually, I mean, it was a little bit high last time, but again, that was good for us because it matched the market. They're putting it at 2.5%, which is basically what we saw back here August of last year, and that forced the Fed to cut. Now, I'm not saying this is going to force the Fed to cut, but this is going to make the Fed be like, whoa, 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 whoa. The whole, like, everybody in the media has been saying inflation's about to go up, inflation's about to be crazy. If tariffs go into effect on the 2nd, and we'll see how crazy they're, because I don't think they're going to be as crazy as people think. But long story short, if the media has been kind of scaring everybody shitless with all this talk about tariffs, and we've already had tariffs on countries for a minute here, right? China, Canada for a minute, and inflation continues to go down. To me, that symbolizes that the economy is kind of in a rough spot, and they need to figure out the economy part. Because if we're having more tariffs but lower inflation, that signals that, hey, you guys might want to consider not cutting rates right away, but just open the door to cutting rates. If you open up that door, I think you're in a lot better position, and the market responds better. And then people, what they do is like, okay, the market's going up, I feel like I can spend a little bit more money. They spend a little more money, the economy feels, the data behind the economy, like the numbers went up, gets a little bit better. Everybody's a little bit happier, and we can kind of trickle up longer. We can trickle along a little bit longer, and everybody's happy with it, right? My concern is that, like, you saw this last month, how scared everybody was with the tariffs. Everybody's like, Delta came out, all the airlines came out saying, oh yeah, people aren't really buying plane tickets right now. We got to lower our estimates before we even have our earnings reports. To me, that symbolizes, hey, inflation might go down a little bit more than expected next month, or maybe 2.5 is about right, but it's a kind of crazy way to think about it. I forgot. I think it was Delta that came out. Delta earnings news. Yeah, here you go. It's from Reuters. U.S. airline slash earnings forecast as economic concerns grow. Right, so people are already slowing down on their spending here. I think that helps out inflation a lot. But we want to see inflation come down. But if it hits, like, again, 2.5, imagine what it may be in May. I mean, like, he's going to have to cut pretty soon. And I don't think he's going to be able to cut one at a time. He's going to have to go, like, 1 cut here, 2 cuts there. I don't think it's going to be a 2-cut type of year if he waits that long, if he messes up. Because remember, he messed up a lot the first time when he was like, transitory. Will he mess up again? I don't know, but I wouldn't put it past him, because that guy is stubborn, and he doesn't like to admit when he's wrong. He does not like to admit when he's wrong. So I think he'll be forced to it eventually, and then he'll be playing catch-up. And playing catch-up means the market plays catch-up, which means the market goes up really, really fast. Which, when it happens, it'll be great. But until then, it's just like, buy a little bit there, buy a little bit there. Let's just kind of wait a little bit here, stack some cash, and just kind of see where it goes. I mean, heck, Dogecoin is up like 4% right now. What's making Dogecoin go up? It's almost up to 19. Oh, it is above 19 cents again. You put one on each foot like roller skates? Yeah. I could only imagine with those cars. Their chart had at the bottom locally in September 2024, as you were showing. We need positive PCE and unemployment and GDP numbers. I mean, I think all of it's going to be fine. I don't think any of it's going to be necessarily great. My concern is right now we just don't have any news to break us out of these technicals that we're looking at right now. You can see we're gradually going higher. We have an uptrend, but we're only a couple $1,000 away from that big level of resistance. We need something to get us popping here. And even if we pop, it's not going to be a crazy pop, but I'll take it, right? It's not a pop that takes us back above like 105,000, but it could take us up to maybe $95,000, maybe $98,000. But then if I see a pop that big, I would assume we're going to have a massive drop right as the tariffs come on to play, because I think it's just going to lead a lot more instability, right? A lot of instability there. Will Bitcoin go down tomorrow? We might have one more green day here to see what happens next, but you're definitely seeing it get squeezed. So what I like to tell people is when you guys are looking at different charts, especially the daily charts, you see a 50-day moving average here to 200. These two are going to come closer and closer and closer, and typically when we have to deal with these, especially when they're close together, we have a lot more volatility. And I know this doesn't look like a lot of volatility, but this was a $4,000 move for Bitcoin that day. This one was a $2,000 move for Bitcoin that day. Breaking down below this one was a 2,500. You see a lot of volatility. And that volatility may break us out, or it may just push us back down. Because we're still bearish, I'd probably say it's going to push us back down. But that's why I'm going to be putting a stop loss on some of my trades here that I have open, just in case we get pushed back down. But I'm not going to prematurely sell. I'm going to wait for it to hit my stop losses so I can take a shot at getting some good money here. Otherwise, I make a teeny bit of money, but at least I'm still making money. I kind of want to go for the big one here and see if we can have a nice little breakout. It'll be hard. It'll be hard. But I mean, my price target for the first batch of trades is just $90,000. It's right over here. Maybe 89,500 is what we talked about here. And then afterwards, for my one that I sell like in about a month and a half, I just want to get back up here to like $100,000. But that was a little bit of a different story because we just don't know what's going to happen week to week at this point. That was mostly due to the Doge federal firing, I believe. Most of their clients are business, correct? Oh, you're probably talking about the airlines? Yeah, that was a big component of it. I think what we saw actually was... DC Zillow? Yeah. I believe there was a lot of houses going up for sale over here because a lot of people were losing their jobs. Now, I don't know how the housing market has been, but I mean... Here's a $2.3 million house. I don't like houses like this. I think they look nice in a certain degree, but like, I need a yard. You know, I need a yard. Let's see. Let's see. Damn it, sold for $2 million in 2017, and now they're trying to sell it for 23. Oh, actually, that's not even a big increase, 23. Wait, so 1.9 million, they're trying to sell it for 2.2 million. That is actually not a great return. Wow, I'm surprised the DC market not doing so hot. 2,300, now it's down to 2.2 basically. So they are cutting it down a little bit, but not heftily. Let's go over here to this $499,000. Jeez, it's like paying $100,000 for 100 square feet. That is that is insane. All right, I'm just looking at the pricing. Let's see. Oh, they tried to rent it. And they couldn't get anybody to rent it. Single moves. They got it to rent for a year. Wow. Yeah. Look at that. Oh yeah. 10%. It's been down 10% the last 5 years. That's insane. That's insane. $1 million. Price cut of $50,000. $325. I don't have those estimate sales range. I like that little chart they had. It sold in 2023 for 1.15 million. They're taking a loss on the house. Wow. Yeah. I'm used to the Seattle market. Our market in Seattle is insane. It just keeps on going up. I know it's plateaued a little bit, but I mean, it's not like this. Man, Trump is hitting all the excess money that kind of flows into the system. I mean, he's getting all of it. What about this one right here? It's new, 2.1 million. It's down 6% in the last 10 years. Wow, even the rent's not doing so good. That is insane. Wonder if there's an Airbnb or something, but that is surprising. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but that's surprising that we don't have that. Like, let me show you Seattle. Let's not even go downtown, even though we went to downtown DC. Let's just go somewhere over here, right? Like, here's a house. Oh, that's 3.9 million. Oh my god. Let's go to this. Oh, these are just $1 million houses, I guess. Okay. Well, we saw a few $1 million house there. It's being sold for $4 million. See, up 51% in the last 10 years. That's the Seattle market. So a little bit better of an investment out here, although you do pay your taxes and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just a different vibe out here in Seattle. I am shocked. I am absolutely shocked. I mean, heck, you go over here to Mercer Island. I got a few friends that have houses out here. These ones are beautiful. Like this house right here. I mean, I'm not paying $12 million for this, let alone have $12 million for dollars. If Bitcoin hits $1 million, then I can buy this house. How about that? But I'm pretty sure this is probably some football player's house because it looks absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. That's a beautiful house right there. Up 175% in the last 10 years. I mean, damn, bro. I mean, like, damn. But again, it's just a completely different market out here in the Pacific Northwest. I don't know how people do it out there because again, like there's a lot of houses in Washington where they're not going up in value, of course. Like maybe I should have did some other places, but like around the cities, oh, they're just skyrocketing left and right, skyrocketing, which almost makes you want to sell it, right? But then you got to pay taxes on that and all types of stuff. But anyway, okay, I'm gonna end the stream right now. This was a good. When did I start streaming? At 11:30, I think it was. 11:30. I wish I knew. It does tell me 11:20. Yeah. So we got to talk for a little over an hour. I'm about to talk with my grandma because she's here. I don't want to leave her hanging here. And then I'll do some content, I believe, a little bit later. If I can, maybe I'll do a stream tonight when I get back and maybe around 10 o'clock. But I do plan on doing a couple streams a day. And if I wake up earlier or on time tomorrow, I hope to do a longer stream in the morning. But it was nice chilling with you guys. I appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to be building up my audience again, so just expect a lot more streaming and stuff happening. And then since it's a sunny day, I'm going to start trying to get my contacts from the eye doctor. And then I'm going to try to start making some content outside for you guys again, where I just hold my gamble and talk to you guys about my thoughts about the market. Because that seems to get the most views over streaming or everything like that. Just me talking to you guys plain and straight about like what I see. Like, damn, this is a pretty shitty thing that's happening right now. It's a good thing that's happening. You guys seem to appreciate that more than everybody, everything else. So